The Dallas Mavericks have been creating quite the buzz lately, but unfortunately, it ain't good buzz. Not long ago, they were considered a team to be reckoned with, boasting a young and dynamic roster that made them serious contenders for the championship. However, things have taken a dramatic turn, and the Mavericks have gone from hero to zero in record time. Billionaire owner Mark Cuban's team has managed to slip from the top of the mountain all the way down to the bottom of the valley, earning themselves a reputation as one of the biggest laughingstocks in the NBA. So what exactly has been going on in Dallas? After their triumphant win of the 2011 NBA championship, the Mavs encountered difficulties in reconstructing a team that could truly compete. Dirk Nowitzki, the team star player, appeared to have given his all to secure the championship, but his performance steadily declined as he progressed into his 30s. As a result, the Mavs went through a long dry spell, failing to win a single playoff series for a staggering 10 years. The decline of Nowitzki left them in a precarious position, desperately in need of a new superstar while grappling with the challenge of remaining loyal to a Mavericks legend who unfortunately had seen better days. The team finally bottomed out during the 2017-2018 NBA season when they finished with a 24-58 record, 13th overall in the Western Conference. Though the team's performance was painful for the Mavericks fans to endure, it was the type of rock-bottom season that the organization needed in order to right the ship and turn things around. They entered the 2018 NBA draft with the 5th overall pick, but their eyes were set on a prospect that was unlikely to be available that low in the draft. The prospect was Slovenian guard Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic's basketball career before he was drafted to the NBA was nothing short of remarkable. Doncic began his professional career in 2015 at just 16 years old, playing for Real Madrid in the Spanish Liga ACB. In his first season, he helped lead the team to the EuroLeague championship, becoming the youngest player ever to win the title. He was also named the EuroLeague's rising star that year. Over the next few seasons, Doncic continued to rack up accolades, winning numerous awards and honors. In the 2017-2018 season, he led Real Madrid to another EuroLeague championship and was named the EuroLeague MVP. He also won the Liga ACB MVP award that same year, becoming the youngest player ever to win the award. He had massive potential, but there were question marks surrounding his game and how it would transition into the NBA. Though Doncic was praised for his IQ and craftiness, his athleticism left a lot to be desired. Mark Cuban, Don Nelson, and the rest of the Mavericks scouting staff had heard the exact same story in 1999 about Dirk Nowitzki, who proved doubters wrong and became the greatest player in the franchise's history during his tenure. The Mavericks used the opportunity to trade the 5th overall pick and a future first-rounder to the Hawks in exchange for Luka Doncic, who went 3rd overall. But the Mavericks' success in the 2018 draft didn't end with Doncic. With the 33rd overall pick, they selected Jalen Brunson, a skilled point guard from Villanova. Jalen Brunson's scouting report going into the NBA draft praised his high basketball IQ, leadership abilities, and strong work ethic. Despite not having elite athleticism, Brunson was lauded for his ability to run an offense and make smart decisions with the ball. He wasn't particularly quick or explosive, but he made up for it with his toughness and strong fundamentals. The rookies brought new life to the Mavs organization. Luka Doncic's rookie season for the Dallas Mavericks in the 2018-2019 season was nothing short of spectacular. He immediately established himself as one of the most talented and exciting players in the league, proving that he was more than ready to make the transition from European basketball to the NBA. Doncic's statistics in his rookie season were impressive. He averaged 21.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, becoming the first rookie to average at least 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game in NBA history. He also set a new record for most triple-doubles by a rookie with 8. But Doncic's impact on the Mavericks went beyond just his numbers. He quickly became the team's go-to player, leading them in scoring, rebounding, and assists. His vision, passing ability, and basketball IQ were particularly impressive, as he consistently made smart decisions with the ball and set up his teammates for easy baskets. He earned the respect of his teammates, coaches, and opponents alike, and was quickly becoming a fan favorite in Dallas. Meanwhile, Jalen Brunson quietly averaged 9.3 points and 3.2 assists while starting in 38 games. It wasn't spectacular, but it was very encouraging for a player that wasn't certain to contribute at the NBA level. The torch was finally passed from Nowitzki to Doncic. The group continued to develop under the leadership of Luka Doncic. In 2020 and 2021, the Mavs made the playoffs but were eliminated in the first round by the Los Angeles Clippers. Doncic's highlight reel plays quickly became a staple of the Mavericks games as he regularly pulled off jaw-dropping moves and made difficult shots look easy. But they needed some help getting to that next level. The Dallas Mavericks made headlines in the summer of 2021 when they announced that they were parting ways with their longtime head coach, Rick Carlisle, and hiring former NBA player and coach Jason Kidd to take his place. Kidd was a former NBA player who had also previously coached the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. He was known for his basketball IQ and his ability to connect with players, and he had a reputation as a strong defensive coach. Kidd's hiring was met with mixed reactions from Mavericks fans and NBA analysts. Some saw it as a bold move that could pay off if Kidd could help improve the team's defense and build a strong relationship with Doncic. Others were more skeptical, pointing to Kidd's mixed record as a head coach and his past off-court issues. The move proved to be a huge success. Luka Doncic had a career-best season in 2021 to 2022, averaging 28.4 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 8.7 assists per game. Jalen Brunson emerged as the team's second-best player and complemented Doncic perfectly. Spencer Dinwiddie was also added to the team through a trade, providing high IQ scoring and great size at the point guard position. The Mavericks also saw improvements in their defense thanks to the addition of Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, and Reggie Bullock. Their team defense jumped from 20th overall to 6th overall in the NBA under Kidd's coaching. The Mavericks came together and beat the Utah Jazz in the first round of the playoffs before defeating the defending Western Conference champion Phoenix Suns in the second round. They eventually lost to the eventual champions, the Golden State Warriors, in the conference finals. But the Mavericks had a lot to celebrate in terms of the team's development and trajectory moving forward. The 2022 offseason was expected to be used as an opportunity for Mavs management to do some fine-tuning and possibly add another complementary piece to the mix that would take the team to another level. However, they were confronted with some bad news when free agency opened up. Jalen Brunson signed a 4-year max contract worth $104 million with the New York Knicks. The deal was a particularly devastating blow to the Mavericks because the organization reportedly refused to negotiate an extension with him prior to the trade deadline and instead wanted to wait until the off-season. After Brunson's stock rose immensely due to his exceptional play in the playoffs, he opted to leverage his chance to sign in New York, the organization that his father, Rick Brunson, was hired by. The Mavericks traded for Christian Wood in an attempt to replace Brunson's scoring, but the fit wasn't ideal. Though Wood brought some offense, he actually proved to be a defensive downgrade in the Mavs' front court. As the season progressed, it was clear that the Mavericks were missing Jalen Brunson, who ran with his opportunity in New York by averaging 24 points and over 6 assists per game, while leading his team to their best season in many years. The Mavericks were sitting in 4th place in a competitive Western Conference, but felt that they didn't have the pieces to win a championship. So on February 6, 2023, the Mavericks traded 2 more of their cornerstone pieces, Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, along with future draft picks to the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for disgruntled superstar Kyrie Irving. The trade was met with high praise. The Mavericks seemingly had the best backcourt duo in the entire NBA with Luka and Kyrie and were expected to compete for a title. However, they lost their backbone along the way. After acquiring Kyrie Irving, who is on an expiring contract, the team's performance dropped straight down the toilet. The Mavs defense that performed so admirably last season fell to the 24th in the league in 2022 to 2023. Once Irving joined the team, he became the team's go-to shot taker in the 4th quarter. Doncic's 4th quarter shot totals dropped dramatically, while Kyrie Irving played more minutes and took double as many shots in the team's crucial moments. Irving continued to shine individually, but his ball-dominant play left Luka Doncic looking lost and frustrated on the court. When the team traded for Irving, they had a record of 29-25. After they acquired Kyrie, they went 19-17, allowing their record to fall to a total of 38-44. They slipped all the way from 4th in the West down to 11th place. And the worst part has been the drastic drop of team morale along the way. Luka has been openly miserable in the back half of the season for the first time in his NBA career. Management also made the unfavorable decision to lose the last game of the season intentionally in order to miss the playoffs and retain their first-round draft pick, which was lottery protected. Tanking is frowned upon by the NBA, and team owner Mark Cuban got fined $750,000 for doing so. The strategy to lose on purpose was imposed on both Jason Kidd and Luka Doncic, who were upset with management's decision. And now the Mavericks are left picking these pieces up off the floor and trying to find a solution to what has been nothing short of a disaster of a season. The first question has to be, what happens with Kyrie Irving? On one hand, the team gave up too many assets when they traded for his services to lose him for nothing. His talent is undeniable, and after losing Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Dorian Finney-Smith, it would be near impossible to add a player anywhere close to as talented as Kyrie. But can he mesh with Luka? Does Luka want Irving around? And how long can Kyrie Irving behave before he starts bringing negative media attention to the organization like he has in other organizations in years past? What happens with Jason Kidd? Has he lost the room? Is he clashing with Mark Cuban and team management over the team's decision to tank? And most importantly, what about Luka Doncic? He's still only 24 and is by far the most important piece in the entire organization, but he's clearly unhappy. How long before he demands his way out? Clearly, the Mavericks have more questions than answers right now. The decisions they make this offseason will have massive repercussions regarding the team's competitiveness, not only next season, but likely for the upcoming decade. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to never miss out on our weekly uploads.